Okay, now we're going to look at types of graph. And so we have 3 different types of graphs we could use: a line graph, a pie, or a bar chart. A line graph shows change over time, and you'll notice both axes are numbers. The data is continuous, which means that even where there's not points, the data continues between the lines. Okay, so the independent will go on the always go on the x-axis. The dependent will always go on the y-axis. We come over here, we see a pie chart, and this shows the relationship between the parts and the whole. So here's the parts that make up the whole. And so only if there's a total of something and we're looking at the parts out of the total, will we use a pie. Then we have here a bar chart. And here with a bar chart, we're going to be comparing. So here's the independent variable brands along the bottom. Along the top here or along the y-axis is the dependent variable. And so we're comparing. Most people are going to use a bar chart. So let's take a look at some data here. So here we have temperatures, and we're comparing the height the ball bounces for each temperature. So in this case, we are going to use a bar chart. So I'm going to go to Insert after I select the data. Chart. Okay, and so now it gave me suggested, but let's say I didn't like what it picked. I knew I needed to use a column or a bar. Bars are vertical, or horizontal, which doesn't look quite as nice. So I like the column actually. So I could click that. Now, a few things. We don't need height in centimeters to be here because we've got it over here. So I'm going to go up to this legend, and I'm just going to click here, and it's going to take me into the legend. I'm going to I'm going to click and go up to none. Okay, and this isn't too bad, height in centimeters versus temperature, but really it's not the perfect. I'm going to use the title I had here. So I clicked on it, temperature, on bounce height. Okay, and if you, for example, for some reason it doesn't work for you like that, I can also just go into customize and find title, chart title, and then I can go in here. So title, I got to make sure I'm on chart title. Here I can go down to horizontal or vertical. In this case, I want chart title. Okay, and then I'm going to change the text to be centered, and then I'm set. Okay, and let's say that I don't really like the color here. My color scheme that I've already chosen for my poster is red. I can go in and change it. This looks like a different color red, but that's just because I've touched this one. If I click out, I've got all the same. So then I want to just do a quick check. I had to click it to move it. So quick check. Do I have everything I need? Title, height. I've got my dependent variable with my unit. I've got my independent variable, title at the bottom, and each of these have a title. Excellent. So now I'm going to go here. Again, we are comparing the size of balls and the number of goals. So for this, even though these are numbers, it's not continuous data. So and it's not change over time. So I'm not going to use a line graph. Instead, I'm going to use another bar chart. So I'm going to come in here, insert chart. And again, it picks pie, but I want bar. And now I look down here and I go, what is going on? It's got size 3, size 5, but size 4 is missing. My data's over here. If I look at my scale, I'm starting at 5. So it's misrepresenting my data. So what I want to do is I'm going to come into customize. I'm going to go to my vertical axis, and I'm going to go to minimum, and I'm going to change it to 0. And if I just change it and go return, then it changes it for me. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing here. Click the legend. Okay, and I'm going to change the position to none. And then here, I'm actually going to just see if I can copy this. We'll see. And paste. Boom, love it. Except for I spelled accuracy wrong, which is kind of funny. And then I'm going to center these. Boom chakalaka. Centered. Okay, number of goals, ball size, everything's labeled correctly, and can change my graph color really quickly to, let's say it's going to be this turquoise. Okay, and move it over. Boom, done. Now, parts of a whole. So there were a total of 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 people who tried cookies. And these were the people, or this were the votes. 2 of them liked brown sugar, 7 liked white, and then 2 liked agave. So I'd like to compare this, but out of the total. So I'm going to create a pie chart. So as I start this, boom, pie chart comes up. Okay. So I'm going to go to customize, and I'm going to change my title. So I'm going to come down to chart title, preferences. I'm going to use my same trick I did before. Okay, and then it's already got these on here. I think that's about it, but now I might change the color of this one, and I don't want to have 3 different colors. That's just too many. So maybe actually I like this being, but maybe this becomes a yellow. Okay, so this color scheme goes better. So in the pie chart, you can actually change individual colors, which is really cool. Okay, and then boom, I'm done. Now, last one, change over time. Okay, haven't made this one yet, so hopefully it goes right. So I'm going to copy my data, and I'm going to insert chart. And it comes up with a column chart, and I don't want that. I want, now let me just look at this. So time is what changed, what is what I purposely changed, and then volume is what I measured, so that looks correct. Okay, so I'm going to steal my title, double click here, copy and paste. I don't like this because I don't need it. I'm going to go to legend, and I'm going to change it to none. And then looks good, I think. Time in minutes. Oh, you know what? Volume should have a unit too. So let's see if I can change that. Volume, M, milliliters. I always forget. It's little m, big L. Okay, and boom, I'm set. Okay, and then I can change my line color to match. Let's say I got some greens. No, say I'm doing some purple. Okay, and there we go. So take a moment and make your graph. Make sure that your heading is capitalized. It's a title. Make sure you got units for both axes if they require units. Pick a color that matches your poster color scheme. Good luck.